No. Starting on the CT side, it's going to be the Ninjas in Pajamas, and then on Terrace side, it is Fnatic. Leaving the bomb all the way back already tells us this is not a fast push for Fnatic, but they have a lot of grenades as well, so that's another indication they might have some tricks up their sleeves here.
Yeah, definitely. They've got the double flash and smoke on krimz. Pronax, usually the man holding those the smoke at least, but this time around he's going to have a Molotov instead. So curious to see where he's going to be taking this. The bomb is slowly making its way towards mid. And NiP, in the meantime, are just holding about as passively as could be.
Definitely feels like a B push right now.
This is going to be a B push. krimz is going to smoke off CT, and then pronax maybe uses the molly close. But this is definitely... That's what Fnatic are going for. It's just that NiP, they've put themselves in the position where they have to land the shots perfectly when it comes to it. Especially
because the rest of the CTs are actually really far away. There's nobody holding Arch, so if anyone dies here, the backup is going to be just... It's going to take so much time before they get in here. flusha already all the way up on the coils, shooting away. The bomb is being planted in the background. This is great for Fnatic, and they're going to take down friberg. They keep pushing in. flusha looking for the kill. He's not going to get it. xizt will pick up a double in return, and a third one comes in. xizt wrecks Fnatic. And it's going to be into a 2, now a 1-on-3 for pronax here. That was looking so good, but pronax isn't done yet. He picks up the first kill, and that bomb is ticking away. He's going to go for a little bit more. He realizes exactly where he is. He's going to go for the fight. It's already being defused. He's going to have to go for it, and he can't get it in time. He goes down, and xizt triple, saving NiP in a very unlikely situation. That was pretty cool.
That's exactly, I mean, well, that's basically it. And xizt just clawed his team back into that round right there. pronax going for the reload at the end. That pretty much cost it. I mean, if he had just stopped and thought for a second that Get Right had dropped his pistol behind him and not wasted the time with the reload, he probably could have stopped that bomb defuse from actually happening there. pronax might be kicking himself, but that's not going to stop Fnatic from trying to catch NiP completely off guard here, because look at what they're doing, man. They go for the plant. They get the plant first round. Now, we should be saying, basically, that Fnatic are going to eco in this round, and they're not going to spend too much money, and we can see them buy up in the third round. What do Fnatic do? They buy in the second. And this could really catch NiP off guard. Only that NiP, they're not giving Fnatic any opportunities to catch them by surprise. They're holding very carefully right now.
Well, you said Fnatic should come into this game, thinking we're just going to beat down NiP, get like a really good first half, and maybe that's what they're thinking here is, okay, we'll surprise them with a great, AK buy, and already starting off with a good headshot here on Get Right. It still feels to me like this is a big risk to run, but obviously that kind of start makes it a lot more reasonable.
Yeah, olofmeister's not going to get prone ID'd this time. Oh, and they're going for... I mean, this is a...
There's no more smokes over here, and there's 40 seconds, or plenty of time. Fnatic could actually walk right in. And if they get the opening shot on either friberg or xizt, this can definitely work out.
I was thinking about what LDLC call that spot that xizt is playing from. They call that the whore spot. But apart from that, xizt is in a pretty brutal spot. If they go running right past.
olofmeister's coming in from CT spawn as well. This is so good for Fnatic. Definitely working out. Great flashbangs, just blinding friberg completely, but xizt is there. Picks up a double, and friberg with the headshot. olofmeister coming up from behind, so it's still going to be a 2-on-2. They've taken the rifles. Well, they had the 1AK. They've taken an M4. They have grenades and armor. And NiP currently don't have a defuse kit, although there will be one in the site somewhere.
Yeah, there should be one from friberg, so they should be able to pick it up from him. But there you go. Forrest manages to get the drop on olofmeister. It's going to be krimz now with the fadeaway nade. Not going to hit much. And then he just gets completely overwhelmed instantly. In fact, Forrest has picked up the kit, so there's no problem here. They're going to have plenty of time for their defuse. And NiP, they do manage to survive the storm there. To survive, to weather, to just hold on to the grass and not let go.
Very scary round there for NiP. That could have gone even worse. And as it is, they still lose 3 members, which is pretty painful. And Fnatic did get a bomb down, which means in the upcoming 4th round, they're still going to be doing all right.
Exactly right. And Fnatic, they're not going to be worried. I mean, they're getting bonus money from that plant. They're going to just go ahead and make this round almost equally as scary. As they still invest in the pistols, they invest in the nades. Fnatic can have some fun games here with NiP, who have just gone for a full buy on their side. So not wasting any time here on NiP. fifflaren with that AWP as well, which we've seen him do. He's been going for that in recent memory.
Yeah, and I would even say with some success on Inferno. So, I mean, it's not for nothing here. Setup for NiP, pretty common right now. Fnatic probably just want to see if they can get the bomb down once more here. So, smoking up and everything. Just going to be charging in. xizt can't see a thing, and the smoke is also going to block him out of the sight, leaving friberg to fall back. And NiP prefer to play for a retake here, which is not that unreasonable. Because if they start losing too many players early on, that's going to be a bit of an issue. Now pushed up very close as JW. He's actually going to escape back for the smoke. Kind of wish he would have stayed in that corner. But, yeah, 4-on-4. Bomb goes down. NiP, they're taking a long time getting in to retake this.
Yeah, they're really taking their time, but they also know that they have a lot to lose with the guns. JW, he could have a peekaboo moment right here, wraps around the corner, manages to gun it down, runs out of bullets, so he's not going to get the follow-up, and Forrest manages to pick up 2 at the same time. xizt just going to get in position to take this bomb, and there isn't a whole lot that pronax can do. He tries to go leaping through the smoke, but it's not going to work, and once again, NiP hold on to this round with 2 guys surviving, but once again, just so close. Fnatic doing so much damage with just these heads.
Yeah, definitely is taking its toll on NiP's economy. Though Forrest saves the AWP. He also has 8 kills and 0 deaths and 0 assists, so pretty good job from him so far. Following up from what they were doing on Cobblestone, where Forrest also played really well. It's going to be 3 rounds for NiP early on, but the bomb plant means Fnatic, well, JW can pick up the AWP, so that's good news. And fifflaren completely flashed. Nice entry.
That was really nice, and also a bit of a concern there for NiP as well, not leaving an extra man over there, or at least somebody to watch fifflaren's back to support with the rifle. So holding so passively on the site and leaving a mate out there to just kind of like hang in the wind, not too sure about that.
I think fifflaren's role in that case is actually to go out, try and pick someone off, and if he misses the shot, he's going to fall back instantly. The last 2 people who are in B are just going to stay there. So it's just like it's like a floating position where he actually wants to go back to archway somewhere. So that makes it almost even worse, the fact that it just kind of goes down, because he, if anything, he was meant to be so safe that he could just take the shot and run if it didn't work. That flashbang really caught him.
Yeah, it really did, but yeah, that doesn't change the fact that he gets just completely left exposed. Like, that's a very dangerous position to be playing in, and they're going to get punished for it. Now, entry frag going Fnatic's way, and JW leading the charge. He's got his AWP. If they peek, he's going to get the punish, and Forrest is down. This is the heavy hitter here for NiP, and what are Fnatic doing? They're going to go for a wraparound onto B site. They're going to crush in on this defense.
Going to be really tough for the remaining members of NiP in here. One is in construction and one inside the bomb site. Flush is going to be semi-flashed as xizt is right around the box. They're still waiting. 15 seconds left here for Fnatic, and xizt is going to take the first kill. They got to get in here and get him down. Really don't want to run out of time at this point in the game, and they actually still could. 8 seconds left, and Get Right somehow completely failing with that spray. That's team ace for Fnatic. Every single member of the team picking up a round, making it 3-1. Good job here for the terrorist side.
Yeah, that's so good. I mean, that's so solid, but also look at the state of NiP's economy because of how close these early rounds have been in the half, and NiP, their money is wrecked. So we have xizt. I mean, he's got money to buy, but the rest of them, way too low. So all that momentum that NiP were able to get with the 3 rounds and Forrest just looking so good.
Yeah,
gone.
I mean, Forrest and xizt right now are playing well. On the other hand, Get Right and fifflaren have 0 kills, both of them.
Yeah, that's...
And that, in 4 rounds into the game, it's definitely not good.
Yeah, you need that wombo combo, that Forrest Get Right 1-2 combination for NiP.
At the very least, you need everyone on your team attempting to murder the other team.
Yeah.
It's a basic thing.
It still seems so odd to see Get Right miss spray. Just... that's not something that Get Right does. He's the master. It's like a work of art when he goes to spray. He paints you a picture. And, his opponent's body is the canvas. But that, this time around, olofmiester shuts him down. So we have to see now how things are going to develop here. NiP gathered up, stack on A site right now, all 4 members. They've only left xizt lurking on the B site with the xizt, so I do like that. He's got the pistol, and he could do some damage here if they decide to go rushing around the corner. So once again, we have to see if they're going to be thorough. Are they going to check? Oh, Flush is just barely missing out on it. And xizt, he could have a great opportunity. Only JW is there to ruin his day.
Yeah, and that's a pretty clean entry into the bomb site. Also, the fact that NiP are even ecoing in the first place is pretty good evidence to suggest that if you had forgotten how much damage Fnatic did earlier in the eco rounds they had, or in the pistol rounds that were going on, because yeah, NiP win 3 rounds in a row and they still can't buy just losing 1. So it's a pretty good job on the Fnatic team here. Friberg goes down, and that leaves Get Right over by the truck by construction, looking for an exit kill or 2. Or 0.
Or 0, right? He's gonna have to make do. Krimz did, yeah, okay, but
which
only
I mean,
only 1 round of eco,
which again leaves fifflaren and Get Right on 0. Just to point it out.
Yeah. Although now I'm curious, where does? Well, I mean, Get Right's probably going to take the swag 7 up on the balcony, so that wouldn't be surprising to see that at all. I mean, it's pretty much one of the most effective positions you can play it from, pit as well. So we should see that happen. But NiP now, I mean, this is their big opportunity. They have to bounce right back. Nice nade there onto xizt, drops him down to half HP. That is just very sad when that happens, when you're on the CT side crouching in that corner.
Yeah, definitely pretty frustrating. And if they try and peek out a follow-up grenade, xizt, he was given no chance at all. Carpet bombed in that corner.
They're being so thorough right now, Fnatic. This is just such patient play. friberg even taking a risk here. I mean, granted it's JW, granted he has an AWP. friberg can't know that, but... Well, he can actually, because jumping back onto the site, he saw JW lurking there. So, man, risky business. And now we're going to see the B push once again. No reason for Fnatic to change it up as well. They've had so much success. I mean, both rounds they've got on the B site, so why change it unless NiP can stop you? Just go ahead and take this up. And they're actually cutting this side up with this smoke, so potentially going to go for a Fnatic plan if they want. And they are going to do it. pronax in that smoke, using it to his advantage.
fifflaren flashes in once, but he's actually not going to run through it. He's waiting for JW, who's right at the edge of the smoke, and he's going to get the shot on him eventually, so that's pretty important. JW actually risking a little bit more than he needed to. Get right gets the kill on olofmiester, who was lurking all the way at the middle of the map. So now it's a 3-on-2 retake. They can still make this work. Forrest going to come up with a kill on krimz, leaving pronax 1-on-2 to try and defend it, but Kerite comes up from behind, which seemed like poor communication on Fnatic's part, because they should have known that.
olofmiester at least should have been able to tell his mate that Get Right was coming in through mid. But then probably pronax. I mean, that's all the internal timing, you know, the internal chronometer.
Yeah.
Chronometer? How do you say that in English? Chronometer?
I think so.
Stopwatch. It's the internal stopwatch that's going on.
We use watches to measure time in the real world outside of France.
Right? You know, I still have my chain. Hold on. I'm going to reach into my pocket. I mean, that's still maybe, you know, the stopwatch in his mind just not clicking properly there. So 1 second too long looking towards the site, and he gets punished for it. Right now, though, NiP, that's exactly what had to happen to put them back into this half here. So they're able to gain a little bit of momentum again.
The only thing that I could think of at that point was like Chronosphere, which is, you know.
Yeah, right? Which is not exactly... No, it's all about Chronos.
Great opening from krimz. He just saw that coming. You can see he was lining it up in his mind, and then, you know, for once, reality and you know, imagination kind of work out the same way, which is cool. olofmiester is waiting up here. That grenade looked like it was going to bounce down into the pit, but it doesn't. So, I mean, NiP lose a guy early on. They need some sort of way to return this kill. And actually, they make a kind of a tough decision, but I like it when teams do this. They leave one guy in B and put 3 people in A. And that might work out really well for NiP at this point, because Fnatic are coming for this bomb site. 50 seconds left, and they feel like now is a good time to go 2 people inside for NiP. xizt gets the one, he gets the double kill. Forrest still down here in the pit's gonna have to come up and help out. He goes down to it. flusha and JW, and friberg gets another one. It's a 1-on-3 retake, and he's already killed one, so now it's just a 1-on-2. Trying to see if he can get in here and clutch it for his team. NiP, they do need such a lot of rounds on this first half.
Oh, and that smoke going down. Oh, this is really pain. Oh no, the nade as well. It's gonna land right on a maximum damage. friberg down to 43 HP. And he knows he has the, I mean, he knows he has the time because he was right here when that bomb went down, but now JW is just where, I mean, that's perfect positioning from JW in the end. Spots the gun barrel, and friberg didn't have a hope, didn't have a shadow.
Yeah. That is, you know, it's really a really good take from Fnatic. They are allowed by NiP as well to get very close to the bomb site when they pull the switch and actually just get into it. And NiP don't really know that at that point. I mean, they just realized they've lost a guy early on, so they play really defensively, which we kind of see the downside there. They just couldn't put up a really good defense.
Well, that's the thing. You know, it's not like it's a bad way to approach it either. It's just that you're putting yourself in a position where you have to land the shots. And xizt did that. He got a double frag. Forrest, it just so happened that this time around, Forrest was banking on somebody coming out of apartments and him getting the drop on that person, but nobody came out of apartments for Fnatic, so Forrest wasn't able to really double up with xizt, and it kind of goes south from there, right? So sometimes you make the call on the CT side as well, and it just doesn't go your way.
Yeah. You know, it's time for the eco round here on NiP. Some friendly grenades, I think, raining in on JW somehow. Trying to see if they can, you know, push him forward like that. Get right actually coming up from behind. He's going to knife pronax, picks up an AK, takes the headshot on the turns 90 degrees, takes down flusha, and now it's going to be a 2-on-2. If they win the round off of this, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Get right still waiting on the corner. There's going to be one smoke going off, but he's not tempted just yet. JW picks up the bomb and tries to run back in. That's now a quad kill for Get Right. He's looking for a little bit more. JW's there. He sprays. He's going to finally go down. And now it's up to xizt. He's going to have to finish this masterpiece that Get Right just put right in our hands. JW is not really sure where he is, and he's also running out of time. 20 seconds. He's going to fake it once, and that's about all the time he has to try and do it. Jumps up on the boxes, because still slowly creeping in. And this time he commits to it, and xizt, well, he's going to be right here, and this should be the kill. He keeps spraying one more click, and JW steals it away. He's going to get the double. Oh, what an upset. I cannot believe it.
That might break NiP.
That is certainly soul-destroying. All of this work by GetRight, and it was all beautiful. And then JW's just like, nope, not gonna work.
Xizt, and he does. I mean, going for the wild spray as well. Oh, that is gonna haunt xizt. That one round right there. But NiP still, they're able to get a buy-in on this, so they're still in a 4-on-4 situation. The half is not done, but they have definitely got to come back from that. They have definitely got to come back from that in a big way. That's incredible to GetRight manages to pull that off. That is how you knife, ladies and gentlemen. And that is a true slice of GetRight.
I mean, it would have been more fitting if it had been JW that he knifed, you know, as a sort of justice kind of thing. But instead it was just JW ending up saving that round for Fnatic. Really, really good play by him. I mean, that has got to be painful.
Yeah, I'm stunned. And that's not an easy shot for JW to hit either. I mean, of course it's fitting that it's JW that lands it now. NiP rattled, but still playing this well, holding passively once again. So they really are putting themselves in that position to deal with Fnatic once they decide to make the play for the site. But 30 seconds left here, and Fnatic throwing a big fake. They're making a lot of noise over towards B. And the bomb is actually making its way here as well. They're expecting the double bluff to come through, and xizt is going to get peeked out by flusha. Flusha sees it coming. It's now down to friberg. Single spray for him, and it's just not going to be good enough. Fnatic are going to get onto this bomb site with 4 players alive.
They were also splitting towards Archway, so they just controls way too much here. NiP got to make a run for it and just try and save these rifles. Very, very nice execution for Fnatic. So, I mean, yeah, you're right. That round pretty did a lot to NiP, but it certainly also did a lot for Fnatic. Like, they're really feeling it.
Mm-hmm. GetRight still managing to get the parting shot on pronax, but you know, if xizt gets taken out like that, he doesn't react to flusha, okay. But friberg definitely needs to get the double spray in that situation right there as well. Like that is a scenario that friberg has to land that second shot on. Still, NiP keeping 2 guns alive here. Only 3 surviving for Fnatic, but 2 for NiP. I'm wondering if they're going to have enough. Nah, it's going to be too much of a stretch. Although 3,100 on GetRight, so he could potentially drop a FAMAS for a teammate and just let one of them go for xizt, like fifflaren could go for xizt, and there we go. So that's what's going to happen. FAMAS to friberg, fifflaren xizt, and they're going to go for another buy here. NiP, they do not want to let they don't want to let Fnatic run away with this half.
And strange as it sounds, I think this is the right move for NiP. Fnatic are very good on the CT side of this map too, so 5 rounds, that's where it has to end.
Pretty much. They need the next 6, no doubt.
Olofmiester not quick enough to react to that. So, I mean, GetRight, who's you played the first 4 or 5 rounds of this half with 0 kills, has now actually stepped it back quite a bit. fifflaren, I think, is still only at 1, so he definitely needs to do more in this first half here. We're 10 rounds into the first half, and this is the 3rd map as well. friberg going to put up a smoke down here to try and keep Fnatic out for a little bit. FAMAS in his hands, he's going to go for the spray, and it's right in the middle of them. Oh, what are the chances? And that's going to leave a bit of an issue here for xizt, because he can't do anything at this point. pronax with an incredible opening. Follow-up grenade could have killed krimz, but it does damage to JW instead. NiP have to fight for this retake.
They have to just try and do the best that they can here. It's going to be GetRight coming in from Banana, but flusha's already in position to catch him from behind the sandbags as well. GetRight alerting him to his presence with that nade. So it's not going to help things, and they're already backing off at this point. GetRight just hanging around, hoping for an exit frag, and he's not going to get it. JW will find that shot first, and now it's just fifflaren. And it's fine if fifflaren is lurking around here just because he hasn't spent all that much money in this round. If he can find a frag... Oh, the model, JW.
He's going to get the shovel. Flusha is... I love that moment. That's good.
That's awkward. And so Forrest is the only man to survive that. Man, and they take a risk there, NiP, a big risk, and it just doesn't pay off. friberg in particular, that's heartbreaking. He's going to go back and watch the demo of that and just be like, that is disgusting. That he sprays right down the middle of them all. Because one step to the left, and he annihilates 3 members of Fnatic. That's the difference.
It's going to be finally an eco here, apart from Forrest, to obviously save that rifle, but This is Fnatic really switching into overdrive. NiP, I mean, to be fair, even in the rounds where Fnatic, like, you know, in NiP winning the pistol round, good job, but then the follow-up 2 rounds were still looking really shaky, even when Fnatic had mostly pistol and armor. Or even just pistols and you know, and grenades. It was actually still pretty close, so Fnatic have actually, throughout the first 10 rounds here, just been playing really well. Really good Counter-Strike.
Yeah, no, it's been, once again, just a great demonstration. I mean, it's kind of like a repeat of Dust 2, really, what we're seeing out of Fnatic right now. They know how to change up the pace, and when it comes down to landing the shots, this time around, it's not going to work out. Forrest does manage to catch flusha out, and Forrest going to get clicked away by JW. We need to see the return frag quickly here, and xizt will overpower JW. So that's nice work. But in the meantime, Fnatic have worked their way up short. They're going to be making the play for this A site. They've already spotted out fifflaren.
Pronax coming in. Got to make sure Fnatic don't give up this round. That'd be devastating for them. And Gerite picks up another kill here. Krimz very low on health. This could be Gerite's or NiP's turn to pick up an eco round and actually win it. olofmiester 1-on-3 with about 30 seconds left. And Gerite is really trying to run away. He's going to get hunted down. So that should maybe be a bomb plant here for olofmiester. I think he's got enough time for it.
Oh, certainly. Certainly. He's got the time for it. He's just trying to see if he can't get confirmation of where NiP are coming from before that. But now he's going to be in a pretty decent spot. Got to admire NiP's play here, though. They are doubling up to make sure that if one of them spots out olofmiester and perhaps gets picked off, the second one should be able to pick up the refrag. So they have to stick together. They have to stay close. But they're going to wrap back around, and olofmiester reacts in time. No, friberg will find the headshot, and that is a fantastic round there for NiP. Enough time for the defuse as well, but an eco round win is just what NiP need, especially after taking the risks with the force buy.
Yeah. This has to finish 9-6. And even at 9-6, I feel like Fnatic have done enough on this first half, but I mean 9-6 would, and 9-6 and then winning a pistol round on the second half, and then NiP have like a chance of doing it. But I think if it's 9-6 and Fnatic win the pistol round, that's gonna be really rough.
It's gonna be sad times.
Let's see. 3 Molotovs on the NiP side is good news, especially because Fnatic have had such a lot of you know, good plays on the B-bomb side. So if you use these Molotovs to you know, burn time off the clock together with smokes, might force Fnatic to go a little bit more towards A.
Oh, nice nade there on the pronax, but it's going to be the flash up. This is a great Fnatic play, but there's going to be the crossfire. Forrest does manage to do a lot of damage. Picks up 2 frags, in fact, and he's still alive as well. On short, holds. Get right is going to help him from pit and pick up another 2, and that's just how it's supposed to go. NiP, 3 guys alive here, and Get right still alive in the pit, holding off JW from the bomb.
Yeah, W really would like to get this bomb plant down and mean a lot for Fnatic's economy here. He's going to get the first kill. Get right a little bit in the corner, and then NiP. So 1-on-3, now it's a 1-on-2 for JW, who runs in to pick it up at 1 health. You gotta be kidding me. Now he's going to get the bomb down, and that's actually a lot to accomplish. From a 1-on-3, if you can get the bomb down, he's going to try and wrap around. He's playing a bit of a dangerous game here with NiP.
Do they check behind them? Oh, he's not going to have the time.
He could just run away.
Yeah, he's not going to have the time. He's going to be able to actually hold on to the gun. Can he make it? No, there's no AWP.
But that money and holding on to the gun is going to allow his team a buy. This is still a pretty huge success. That is cutting it close, I would say.
That is still 6-6 on the board here. NiP, 1 round at a time, getting back into this. Expensive round again, losing 3 members, but at this point, NiP, I think the big thing for them is just to get these rounds on the board. JW's now got the AWP. He did not have it in the last round, so he could potentially get a pick here for Fnatic, which is basically what Fnatic are going to be looking for.
Forrest, gotta pick up that kill. That looked really shaky. And he took a lot of grenade damage earlier on. flusha looking for an entry over at B, but they're just going to smoke him off, and that's a good way to deal with annoying terrorists who have got the control of Banana. And again, they do have these Molotovs as well to try and take care of something. Actually, a little bit of a shame they already used like a bunch of their grenades over here. Still more than a minute left. I feel like maybe NiP are playing a little bit too shaky with their grenade use. Like to see them hold on to the smokes a little bit longer.
I think, well, that's like a confidence play, right? When you're feeling the pressure, you're probably going to throw those smokes a little bit faster than you'd like. And there's no mistaking it here. NiP, they need these 3 rounds. But here we go. Smokes are coming to block off pit, and this could be the push here for Fnatic. Straight up, wrapping around to Arch. fifflaren is going to be waiting for them, though, and it's going to be crucial that he picks up a frag here as they try and cross.
Does a little bit of damage, not quite enough. And now, yeah, they are going to be wrapping around Forest and Get Right getting a couple of kills, but they still lose control of the A bomb side right now. And 2-on-3 retake once again in store here for NiP. Let's see if Fnatic can do better. This time they have a lot more health, and they also have another player left alive. And the bomb has been planted quite quickly for Fnatic. Olofmeister's going to peek out here, trying to take the fight, and comes up short. A little bit of a messy spray coming out here from Olofmeister. And now pronax is in a 1-on-3. So NiP is looking like it's going to be a successful retake. pronax takes one, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, solid work there by fifflaren as well. His job was pretty much to run in there and die. Find out where pronax was, and you're still in a favorable position with both members alive here for NiP. So solid work there, and that's a 7th round now on the board. NiP 2 rounds away from basically saving this half from disaster. From being a disaster.
Yeah.
But that is, man, Fnatic, because they're getting these plants, they're constantly able to get buys in and just keep the pressure up on NiP.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Fnatic have definitely got far more buy rounds in this first half than they really should have. Grenade is super successful. That's very nicely handled there. And xizt, if he falls back and just plays it safe, he's going to be flashed in a little bit and spots a couple of people. He goes down. So safe play is gone, and instantly xizt gets wrecked for it. Now it's going to be friberg in the corner, tries to put up a Molotov, just wants to buy time, but I think that got extinguished by the smoke, so now it's even worse. Backup is coming in, but friberg has to do a lot at the back of this bomb site. And can he do it? He's got the AK, does a lot of damage, but he hasn't found the kill yet. It's a 3-on-4, and Fnatic is slowly grouping up on him, and it's going to be olofmeister opening up.
Oh, and there's the opportunity for Forest, but he's not going to get it. And this is now just all down to Get Right, who will get overwhelmed despite the Molotovs, fire and flames everywhere on this site. But it just wasn't enough. NiP at the end just getting picked off one at a time. Despite friberg's best efforts to stay alive at the back of that site for so very long, NiP weren't able to capitalize. And that's the one thing I'm wondering if it's because he didn't see the bomb because of the smokes. He just didn't see the bomb there, so he couldn't tell his mates to rotate in instantly.
I can't help but feel like when xizt gets flashed in like he did, the point is to try and catch someone who's flashed in, and then if you don't do that, you kind of just fall back. But it seemed like he wanted to stick around and take that fight.
He wanted to force it, basically. Like, rather than play it safe, he forced it to check behind the car. And that extra step. Like, that extra step. Oh, another Fnatic, actually. That's going to be great clean work there by JW. Forced with the swag 7. Going to get overwhelmed by pronax on short. Get Right has a swag 7 of his own. He has to stay alive on this balcony, but he's going to be forced into the apartment. Missing shot after shot. olofmeister. Get Right. Okay, 4th one does it.
I have no idea how this is working out. friberg is going to take down JW as well, but it will be a bomb plant here. NiP are close to the site. They do not have a kit because they had a very poor buy here for the 15th round, but that's all they could afford. Fnatic have just been killing so many NiP members, even in rounds where they've been losing. flusha hiding behind quad here, and he's going to take down the first kill. Goes for the spray. friberg will return it. pronax tries a little bit through the smoke, but it's going to be the kill on xizt finally, as friberg is now alone in a 1-on-2, and he's going to get sprayed down as well here by krimz. So Fnatic end up at 8-7, and way too much of a good half here for Fnatic on the first half.
Yeah, that's an excellent scoreline to have right here. Excellent T side. They're very solid on the CT side as well. Yeah. It's going to take a true stroke of genius here from NiP to turn this around.
Now I did just as the round ended here, take a look at Twitter. And I saw that that Khan had tweeted he just tweeted JW dot. That's all he tweeted when JW clutched that situation there. So can't really blame Khan for being excited about that one. 16th round is coming up, and Fnatic, well, pistol round, win or lose here, I still think they're ahead. Even if NiP put this at 10-8. Still going to be very good for Fnatic.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And Karn isn't too far off the mark. I mean, JW's top fragging right now on this map, so he's definitely done a lot to bring Fnatic back into the half there, especially when NiP started to struggle a little bit. And now olofmeister is going to be at least getting some information. Not sure if he spotted the bomb out yet, but still, he's seeing a lot of movement, and Fnatic should start to be able to rotate over to lend him a hand.
Doing a good job falling back, but now he's at 4 health, so he might be going down here. He takes one with him. That's more than you could really ask for. flusha with another headshot. Goes for the double really quickly, and that's going to leave fifflaren all the way at the back of new boxes with absolutely no way to get out. This is just not going to happen. flusha, triple kill in the pistol round. Very smooth, very clean work coming out. Fnatic now at 9-7.
Now this is decision time here for NiP. Do they go for a pistol armor buy? They could very well do it, and they are going to go for it. They didn't get the plant, so I mean, again, it's the same sort of scenario as in the first half, essentially, when they decided to go for it early. They want to try and just stop Fnatic cold, or at least do a disgusting amount of damage to them if they can. Fnatic just pretty much playing to Fnatic. I mean, double SMG, 2 rifles. So they've got that healthy mix going. And olofmiester using that Pro 90 effectively is not going to help things here for NiP.
No, I definitely won't. I feel like this has to be some miracle style play. It has to be Geralt knifing people and stealing their guns and then shooting 4 more people, and then they actually need to win the round. Like, we did something on that level that we need from NiP at this point. It has to be really incredible, because otherwise Fnatic are simply too solid right now on Inferno.
I want to see NiP just kind of gather up and like group bum rush. Try and use the xizt, and you know, instead of the Glock train, it's going to be the xizt train, and just try and rush down somewhere. But instead, they get kind of picked up one at a time. That definitely doesn't help them. Not in that scenario. So it's going to be another round of eco here from NiP, pretty much. And going into it, fifflaren has not spent as much money as his compatriots, however, so he still has a good bit of bank. Although he is spending quite a bit this round. But that smoke and that flash make you think B.
Yeah, maybe, but actually, I think you'd want 2 smokes if you wanted to go for the forward smoke, because you still need to smoke off CT spawn, basically. Otherwise, it becomes a little bit too tricky.
Is it just going to be a pit smoke in that case?
He's already used it, so I was actually not paying attention.
Where the hell did he use it?
Maybe it was more like celebrating, you know.
I mean, flash smoke, you could use it to block off. I mean, obviously, you can use it to block off short or long over here on A, but... I mean, if you're in that sort of scenario, it always seems like just right to go for B if you have 1 smoke, because you just use it to block off CT and then kind of just bum rush onto the site.
Could definitely do that. JW gets double kills and then just walks away. Not scot-free on 18 health, but still, you know, just fine, really. flusha coming out of the ninja corner to take down xizt, so only 2 members here for NiP left, and maybe they can get a kill on flusha, but his mates are here, and they're going to be taking down the remaining members of NiP. That means it's a 4-round difference here. Now NiP can definitely buy, and now, I don't know, I would be very, very impressed if NiP can run this back.
Oh, this would be an NiP play if they could. There's no getting around it. I mean, they used to do this all the time. You could never count them out, even on T-side Inferno. They could run it back from this position. So we need to see, you know, we saw a bit of it from Get Right, that old magic. We have to see it again.
fifflaren actually having I think he had enough for a decoy, and the fact that he didn't buy a decoy annoys me, because decoys with orbs actually are very effective. They can be used very well to fake out that you're shooting, especially if you're into JW. It sounds like you're shooting from a long ways away. Maybe he peeks and you haven't shot yet. So I feel like you don't have to prioritize it, but if you have 50 bucks left, like fifflaren did, you might as well do it.
Well, there's that. There's also just how it's probably the most annoying thing you can do in CS history is drop a decoy with an AWP, because it's just so loud and obnoxious.
Yeah.
I actually get angry at teammates. I'm just like, don't do that. Just don't.
Yeah,
I'm trying to listen for things right now.
But it works well for faking out the other AWP. Like, even at pro level, you can definitely do that.
Next meta. Or you can just shoot them in the face, Anders, like JW does. How about that?
Well, that's what you're trying to avoid by buying the decoy, you know.
Oh, okay, right. So you believe in like the peaceful way? You know, you're gonna win without firing the shot?
No, I just want him to peek after the decoy, you know, goes off.
Oh, krimz. krimz! Triple kill. Oh, no. NiP go rushing up onto the bomb site, and krimz just does a magnificent job. Could go for the quad, but Get Right. Good fancy footwork there. Still olofmiester alive on the site, and Get Right spots him out just barely, and fifflaren has wrapped his way around through CT. So there's the shot from fifflaren. That's going to turn it into a 2-on-2. The bomb gets planted in the nick of time, and JW is now waiting in construction. fifflaren is going to peek out just a bit too far. JW is ready and waiting.
Very impressive stuff here. JW was patiently waiting, so if fifflaren ever gets a little bit impatient and just goes and looks, that's grenade without any armor. It does that much damage, so now it's JW. xizt 75 in hand, looking for the first kill, almost gets it on fifflaren, but there's also a Geralt to deal with. He takes the jump into yellow, then smokes off and wants to go for the defuse, and he's going to fake it once, then runs out. There's some pretty elaborate mind games being played right now here for JW, and there's just not going to be enough time. He's going to die with the bomb, and only Get Right survives. So NiP, I just don't know how they came out of that. krimz with the triple spray down immediately, and NiP still win the round. And that's actually, they just need a lot of those rounds where it looks like you know, Fnatic win, then they don't. Fnatic start to lose patience and get frustrated. Yeah, I still think it's very far away, but who knows?
Oh yeah, it's a struggle. It's gonna be a one long journey here. Oh, Force just barely missing out on the timing, and then krimz instantly coming back on him. So nice repeat there by krimz. It's going to pick up the initial frag here for Fnatic, and NiP not getting entries is definitely painful for them. And they're a team that thrive off of entries. And not getting them is definitely going to throw things well, out of whack here for them. Fnatic, they're going to be able to play very passively now and just kind of lock down angles. NiP, they've already taken damage. They're down a man. They're going to have to brute force their way onto a site, and it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, they're setting up in second mid, so I'm wondering if they're going to be smoking off pit. Actually, yeah. So we just see the trajectories there going out. So yeah, they smoke off pit when no one's down there. So Fnatic probably don't really care that much here. flusha's going to pick up one kill, goes for a second one, pistols out, and it's going to be JW coming up from behind. Perfect hold coming up from Fnatic. NiP, they were so ready to get that, get that smoke plane in pit and see if they can wrap around, coming from archway side. And then the people who were supposedly in pit would have been smoked off without much of help, reason to help, or much of a, ability to help. That just never happened. They got shut down much before that play really worked.
Essentially the crossfire there, JW and flusha. That's what it boils down to. Oh, NiP. $300 spent this round pretty much, and it's not going to go to too much use here. They do some damage to JW, so that's fine start, but they need to get a bomb plant. They really need that bonus money. I want to see fifflaren with another AWP here for NiP. It's not looking like they're going to be gifted with it. JW, flusha, picking up frags already. Pronax alive in the pit as well. It's going to make it so difficult to get out of apartments here. Him holding this position, just mad spray from him. He finally connects with a headshot, but now friberg could very well rush him down, and he's going to do just that. 2 kills there for friberg.
Yeah, and an M4 stolen. I mean, some damage being dealt here, which is always exciting news for NiP. I mean, they just need whatever they can get at this point. But for him to get out of the pit and potentially put the bomb down is quite a different matter, and flusha will take the last kill there. Triple for him again. I mean, flusha is at 21 kills, JW at 22, so they're definitely topping the scoreboard currently for the Fnatic side and doing a fine job. 13-8. It's a 5-round difference between the two teams, and Fnatic have not really a great bank, but I mean, certainly better than NiP's.
As we can see, NiP, 2 Galils, very, very limited nades here. They don't have a whole lot, and if they lose this round, NiP, without getting a plant, they're going to be hard-pressed to put any kind of buy together in the next one when Fnatic are going to be on the brink of match point. So it's a high-pressure situation here for NiP, and they're going to go rushing up short. They do manage to get the entry frag. Get Right delivers, takes out flusha, and now pronax alive, and Boiler just goes for the spray, but Get Right, X-ray vision, hacks him, and now it's down to krimz. The rotation has already come in here from Fnatic, but there's a 2-man advantage here for NiP, and they've got the bomb site.
Yeah, pretty great take right there. olofmiester not checking little pit, and it's going to get taken down by Forest. So actually, I want Fnatic to run away. As we said earlier, they really don't have a lot of money for rifles here. And actually, I think Fnatic made a big mistake in this round. Get Right picking up a quad kill. Again, he seems just determined to try and see if he can carry his team through. He's got 21 kills, in spite of the fact that nobody else on his team, well, I mean, Forrest is at 16, but everyone else is quite a bit behind. Although fifflaren has actually caught up to his teammates, so that's good news. Now, I don't know why Fnatic wanted to fight at the end, because this is how Fnatic can actually let NiP back in the game. If they throw away rifles in situations that are pretty tough to win, they end up ecoing, NiP get back into it. I think Fnatic made a mistake there.
And that was a key to Fnatic's success as well, the ability to stay off eco rounds throughout that first half.
Exactly.
So Fnatic, they cannot be forced into that position, and it's all going to come down to this round right here because Fnatic have spent everything. And NiP have as well. This is one of the most important rounds of the map. This could decide a whole lot going into it through the rest of it. So now NiP once again gathered up fairly patient play from them. And friberg chilling in banana.
Oh man, if they can string this round together on the NiP side, Fnatic would be ecoing. It wouldn't quite tie the score, but I mean, definitely make Fnatic feel a little bit more uncomfortable. Over at the B-bomb side, it's krimz and olofmiester holding tight, and unlike NiP, they've been doing a great job holding onto the smokes. They just put one down on olofmiester, and krimz still has another smoke and a molotov. So if NiP think this is going to be a B push, I think they might be horribly mistaken.
Oh, there it is. Once again, olofmiester. This time around, it's olofmiester to wreak havoc. Forest will get the return. flusha not quite able to get that frag, but JW peeking from short is going to find him. Forest is gone. Instead, it's going to be the B play, and krimz makes it work. He picks up one.
Yeah, he never gets to use the Molotov, though, which actually what I thought he was going to end up doing, but I think they caught him in a little bit of an awkward corner there. flusha trying to put some shots through. 12 seconds left, and the bomb is being planted. JW trying to rush in. It's going to drop xizt, leaving fifflaren. He gets the first headshot. He's going to have to do a lot more than that. It's down into a 1-on-2, and they do have the kit on flusha, and they are already at the side. They got plenty of time here. Smoke is up. No one defusing just yet.
Preemptive nade there, just a bit early from fifflaren. Is he going to sneak his way through, though? He's on the edge of the smoke. They line up for him, but it's not going to happen. flusha shuts him down, and that is it. flusha with more than enough time for the defuse, thanks to that kit. And Fnatic, they're going to be on 14 rounds. NiP, though, still managing to get that plant. Now, question, Anders.
Yes.
This position, NiP, do they just keep doing what they've been doing, or do they go for a bum rush?
Yeah, no. I think Fnatic are going to be too difficult to do that with. But I mean, they are pre-nading over at banana, and rushing up middle. I don't know. That's too obvious as well. Actually, I think bum rushing on Inferno is really hard to do. If they wanted to go for a rush, the most fun one that I can think of is actually the one where you put like 3 or 4 people in the apartments. Then you have one guy pushing in quad, and then everyone just charges through. And you actually smoke off the balcony yourself and throw flashbangs through the smoke, and then everyone just charges out of abs. It's not exactly a rush. You kind of can turn into a rush if you're feeling really crazy. I prefer to do it a little bit slower. That can work, but at this point, they've got the opening on JW, and that in itself is obviously good news for NiP.
NiP with an entry, it just makes them so much more dangerous.
Fnatic only 2 rounds away from going to the Fragbite lands here. Smoke is off towards the pit. We've seen this strat from NiP, but this time Fnatic are actually in a worse position to deal with it, so that's obviously good news for the terrorist side. pronax wanted to jump up, and the fact that he misses now means he's even in an even worse position to help out his team. That failed jump makes a big difference here. pronax can't get the flick mid-air, which would have been stunning if he could have. And krimz and olofmiester have to try and fall back here, because they won't have enough money to buy. So we've just seen 2 different rounds where the exact same strat is played for NiP. And in one of them, you saw how devastating it was for pronax to be down in that pit and not being able to get out on the other side of the smoke. The other time, Fnatic had nobody down there, and it just worked out way too well. So pretty cool stuff.
Well, that's how that round is supposed to go.
Yeah.
Because NiP hit their smokes, hit their flashes, but more importantly, when time comes to get onto that site, they hit their shots. And that's what's the turning tide. They don't eat a flash, an anti-flash from Fnatic, and get slowed down and get picked off. They just walk in there and land all the shots they need to and get that bomb down really quickly before Fnatic can really do anything about it. So this could potentially change things up big here, because Fnatic now, they've held onto the 2 rifles. They don't really have enough money for a full buy here, however. olofmiester could drop a FAMAS. Do they really? No, they're not going to manage it. They're just going to go ahead and play it safe. Fnatic still have some buffer to play with here. They probably just... Like, are they just going to put them together? Yeah, they are. So they're just going to put both members here with the rifles over on B site. If NiP go to B, then potentially krimz and olofmiester change it and manage to shut NiP down. Otherwise, they just stay there, hold on to the guns, don't risk them, and wait for the next buy round in the next round here for Fnatic.
JW denied the opening kill by Get Right up there. I mean, of all the rounds NiP wouldn't want to lose on, probably this type of like either, you know, half buy or force buy is one that would be pretty painful.
Devastating, especially since it would put Fnatic on match point. So there is no more room to give here for NiP. They have to just take every round for the rest of this map. And NiP, I mean, this Get Right and Get Right and Forest both have had some luck up in apartments right now. So good patience from there. They're not going to be able to pick up pronax. It's going to be flusha trying to rush in, but he's not going to have any luck this time around. And Get Right catches pronax lurking around in that A apartments. But then olofmiester drops the bomb carrier, and this could change everything. Although xizt is not interested in letting that happen.
No, luckily they had 40 seconds, so I mean, olofmiester would still have to kill the other 4 members, basically. But it's always a little bit scary whenever that bomb gets left behind like that. Can't believe Get Right's at 24 kills when JW and flusha are at 23 and 25. Luckily, Forest is starting to catch up a little bit more, but this is still going to be rough. Fnatic actually choosing to go for the force this time around, which is pretty interesting because if they fail at doing this, they will have just given NiP a way to get back into the game, essentially, again. But krimz is going to start off really well on friberg, and he really wants that AK. Oh, he's not going to risk it. Not yet.
So close as well. They're going to let him have it. xizt decides to back off and gather up with his mates instead. Does krimz really manage to pick it up? Yeah, xizt still making noise. He does not want to let krimz dart forward, but krimz is going to manage it, sneaky bugger, and he's going to make it out of there as well. xizt has got to be careful, though. If he uses too many bullets, they can rush through on him.
Bomb still, the top of mid. They are trying to see if they can keep a hold of it here, but JW is going to sneak out and gets the kill on Get Right. So now it's a 3-on-5, so maybe this force from Fnatic is going to work out anyway. Good headshot from Forest here. Fnatic still trying to hold on. They just want those last 2 rounds so they can come and defend their home territory against Dignitas, LDLC, and Virtus Pro. Olofmiester waiting right at the edge is going to get the drop on to fifflaren. He goes down, and now it's a 2-on-4. xizt and Forest trying to see if they can get their way in here, but Fnatic are really, yeah, they were feeling confident making this buy, and maybe it was a good reason for it.
Exactly. They've managed to pick apart NiP, and NiP not getting the entry. They just kind of flounder. krimz hits a straight headshot, and there it is, the double kill for krimz. But not getting the entry frag, you just see NiP totally change. They start to play very scared. They try and take their time about it, and then that opens it up for Fnatic to just pick them apart. Fnatic are piranha, man. As soon as there's blood in the water, before you know it, NiP are just, you know, cartilage and bone.
There's actually a real chance that this could be overtime if NiP win this next round. Fnatic will essentially have one more buy round after it if to try and see if they can do it. Otherwise, they're going to be ecoing most of the time, or maybe forcing up for the last round. So, this could be pretty interesting. I kind of want to see overtime at this point, just because it'd be a lot of fun.
I mean, basically, if you're a NiP fan, you're crossing your fingers right now and hoping. Fnatic, they definitely do not want to see an overtime. They want to end it right now. And NiP, once again, this has been NiP's go-to strat this entire time. This time around, however, fifflaren is going to be peeking up closer to balcony, but he's not going to really find anything. It's flusha over on Arch who's going to find the first shot.
I mean, Fnatic have a 4-to-1 setup, so they're just leaving one person holding over at the B-bomb site and 4 people at A. That is really hard for NiP to try and make a breakthrough with. Grenade into the corner does do a little bit of damage. Get Right's going to open up 2 headshots over at Archway. That's about as good as it can really get. fifflaren does not have to take this fight at all. He can just wait for his teammates to come in here and help him out. Flashbang in, and they should be able to take care of the pit. No problem. There's so many people in here, but pronax and JW return. JW picks up a double kill. Now it's pronax down to the pit here. Can't get the shot just yet on the friberg jumping, but backup is coming in as well. krimz is just trying to get here. xizt will drop pronax, and it's going to be a 1-on-2 for krimz.
xizt even gets clipped through the doorway there. That's so scary. krimz is right here as well as that bomb gets planted. He's going to swap out for the AK. Should go for the reload. But he's got some time. He's got a kit as well and a couple nades now to work with. Flash over, incendiary into pit probably.
Yeah, which won't do that much to friberg, but I mean, it could maybe keep him out of the loop for a little bit. That's actually pretty well timed here. friberg has plenty of health though. Bomb is ticking away. krimz making some noise. He's just trying to see if he can clutch this. He's going to pick up the first kill, and friberg will take him down. So very close. Very scary indeed. Fnatic, I mean, with that kind of opening for Get Right, it should be smooth sailing the rest of the round to try and get in there. Fnatic are just really hard to kill. But they can't force it up this time. So that's what I'm saying. If they lose that round, they basically have one more buy round. That's going to be like a perfect buy round, and that's it.
No, it's going to be this one. I mean, it's going to be the round to come. But they still have, I mean, we've already seen how much damage Fnatic can inflict with the pistols, so there's no counting them out, even in anti-eco situations. That was way too bumpy, though, for NiP, dealing with the guys waiting in pit. xizt is going to catch pronax, who's pushing down banana. krimz is waiting there as well. We'll see if he gets greedy. Well, oh, xizt can't get there in time, so no kill to follow it up. But still, good damage dealt to Fnatic already. krimz down to half and flusha down to 31 is certainly going to help NiP take this round. Can't help but feel like this is everything we were hoping for, man. Like right down.
It is, you know, this decider goes to land, so you do want like you do want it to be close like this, right? You want it to be exciting. I would love to see, this might be crazy, like might be too crazy even for Fnatic, but it would be a lot of fun to see Fnatic when they buy, go for the rush down middle and banana. Just like really try and power play NiP. Because they've been playing so defensively, Fnatic. We haven't even seen JW go like super aggressive in apartments or anything like that. It's been actually kind of relaxed by Fnatic standards. So, you know, maybe NiP got used to that pace. Maybe they're feeling a little bit too comfortable, and then switch it up, and go nuts.
Change of pace. You know what? I wouldn't even put it past pronax to go for that. So I'm pretty sure he feels confident about his team taking it in overtime. That would be the call of calls right there. If pronax calls for his team to just rush.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting power play for sure. Flusha is going to be going down, and obviously the bomb is going to explode eventually. Fnatic just kind of set up with the xizt 75s all across the map, trying to see if they can get some entry, or some exit frags, of course, and not really going to happen either way. NiP escape, maybe olofmiester could pick up a couple of kills. Would be surprised if they didn't check these corners, though.
I'd be surprised if NiP actually go past that point. Yeah, there you go.
Firing squad waiting.
Good play there by NiP. No reason to walk into that. But now, this is it. Everything happening right here. Fnatic, 15 rounds, and they get the buy. Decent buy. Not the best. No AWP for JW. They just didn't have the money for it.
Yeah. All the smokes, though, would actually definitely suggest they're not going for an aggressive push, because then there'd be no reason to buy all the smokes, essentially. So it's like an instant tell. Yeah, right. So close. He does reasonable damage to olofmiester, but not quite enough. That was scary.
That was so close. Just a hair's breadth, but that's gonna give NiP the confidence. Now smoke gonna go down. olofmiester not interested in playing this game at all. He wants to make sure that NiP do not have the chance to get in here and find that entry.
NiP. I mean, everyone is very, very defensive at this point. You can tell. Nobody wants to be the first guy to peek around the corner. NiP trying to boost up, see if they can catch someone behind new box inside the B bomb site. And Fnatic just not playing that far back just yet.
They're going to make it look like it's a B play. Do they actually commit to it or not? The bomb is waiting here. Already an extra man rotated over. Fnatic not wasting any time at all. They've got flusha just lurking in CT right now, waiting to see if NiP are going to push through. But NiP are currently making noise over on quad as well. So JW, I mean, this is basically just the reaction play here from Fnatic. Flusha's position. He's ready to go either way. This is going to be so tough for NiP to break.
There's a good read from Fnatic. Big difference from the other round where they were playing 4-1. This time they had 3 members almost here. The bomb is dropped, and this feels like Fnatic may be on their way to the land. 2 kills. 3rd kill coming in here. It's going to be the headshot on fifflaren. Fnatic, they